will chew him up, and he'll never begin. Hickety pickety split splats! Ooh! Send the spider and do a nice attack!
Hello, welcome back to my history of horror films of my monster madness. Yes, I know I've been on the sidelines, that's just business as usual, but I would like to talk about the Halloween franchise. Starting off with the masterpiece itself, John Carpenter's Halloween. This movie is basically what is the same amount of greatness as Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, because Jamie Lee Curtis is the daughter of Janet Leigh. Donald Pleasance's character, Dr. Loomis, is named after the same guy who's the boyfriend of Janet Leigh's character in Psycho. There's also the silhouette of Michael in front of the house. And this movie has everything for an atmospheric movie, kind of like Psycho. It doesn't rely on the cliches, which are, oh, crazed killer. We have that, which is Michael Myers. And Halloween 2 takes place the exact night. It's kind of like, oh, we have the first movie that did so well. Let's make a second one and combine them, which I always kind of do. But, yeah. And out of all of the movies that were made in the franchise, I say Halloween 2 is true to form. It kind of relies on the same night. Michael Myers is still out there, but it kind of goes for the shock value and the blood because it was the 80s, or it was known as the splatter decade for the slasher movies and all the horror films that came out to the after. But not to give a lot away about Halloween Ends, you will just love the movie. I'm not doing a review on it until everyone has seen it and given their based opinion. All I have to say is the fan community is generally divided, but Stephen King gave the movie a thumbs up. I would like to wish everyone a happy Halloween, and I will be back with Christmas movies.
Oh, and we've made it to Friday. Little thriller dance there for you. I know you're needing it. All right, so what do we do on Fridays? It's Friday, October 21st. It's going to be a great Friday because we're finally finishing up with the classic monsters. I don't know what monster that is. But before we can do that, we have to talk about the movies. Before we can wrap up the week, we got to plan on the movies we're going to watch this weekend. And because it's Halloween, it's the month of October, it's the time to watch our great favorite Halloween shows, horror movies, whatever you're into for Halloween, time to watch them. I've got my favorites. I got a list here. These are not my favorites, but they're based on classic monsters, and they're not what you'd think. You can go back and you can find the originals, and there's some classics, sure. But there's some underrated ones out there maybe you haven't checked out. Earlier this week, I talked about The Mummy with Tom Cruise. This movie is actually, it's okay. I think the reason why this did not do well in the box office, honestly, is because Tom Cruise played a character that you didn't really want to root for. You didn't like the guy. He's kind of a jerk, and he's self-centered. He was not a character you wanted to root for. He was unscrupulous. He was a grave robber. He was, really out for himself. That's, I think, what tanked the movie. And the story in general, you get lost in that part. You want to root for somebody, but you can't, because this guy, he's just kind of a jerk from the start to finish. He's not outwardly a jerk, but he's got motives that aren't honest and pure. That's when we lose it. We want to believe in somebody. Now you go back to the Brendan Fraser mummies. We love that guy. He was a rip-roaring hero, and he was funny, and he was great, and he was action, and we rooted for him. Didn't want to root for this guy. Didn't want to root for Tom Cruise's character in this. I think that's ultimately when people go to see a Tom Cruise movie, they want to root for Tom Cruise. And you couldn't root for him in this. As best as he tried, towards the end, he kind of turns and shifts, and it's too late. At that point, I was too annoyed through the movie. This is actually a good movie, though, overall. You're just not going to root for Tom Cruise. You're not going to like his character that well. But overall, the movie is good. The story was good. They just needed to change that piece so you could root for him. Next one I got for you, you can find that most streaming services have it. Everything seems to be like a $2.99 rental anymore these days. So I'm not going to call that out, but you can rent it. Virtually just about anywhere. The Munsters. Okay, so The Munsters was an original TV series back in the 70s. It was black and white, and it only lasted for one season. There was only one season of The Munsters. Now, it was quite a few episodes, actually, because back then they shot, a season wasn't 8 or 9 shows. It was a weekly thing for not 52 weeks. It was, I think it's like 38 weeks or something like that was the schedule. So it was like 38 episodes or something like that of this. And the reruns was where it really got its fame. They only made one season, but they reran that thing up into the mid to late 80s until people started moving to watching MTV and all this other stuff, kind of lost favor. They quit doing the reruns, but that thing was on regular when I was young. Loved it. It was actually pretty good. So they Rob Zombie recreated it as a origin story of how the couple, the Munsters, which is like Bride of Frankenstein. No, not. She's like, I don't know what she is. She's Dracula's daughter. That's what it is. She's Dracula's daughter. Dracula is a crotchety, grumpy old guy, and then there's his daughter. His daughter falls in love with Frankenstein, who's Herman Munster. Herman, I couldn't think of it all week. It's Herman Munster. Herman Munster, and it's how they came together, how that started. So it leads right up to the part where the series would start. Now, it was pretty good. It was fun. It was entertaining. So check that out. That's only on Netflix, though, right now. Only on Netflix. Last one I have. This is kind of another one where it kind of struggled, but has a great cast. This is Van Helsing. It came out, I don't know, I didn't write it down, in the 2000s, late 90s, whatever it is. Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman. Yes, Hugh Jackman, who plays the Wolverine. This is actually a pretty good action show. I think the hard part here was it was a little over-the-top CGI stuff, a little tongue-in-cheek. It was a little too much, but still a good show. Great because you have all the different monsters. Van Helsing from history is the guy that was the monster hunter, and this story is just about him monster hunting. So it's got some cool stuff. It's got some creepy stuff. Not really a scary movie. None of these are really scary. Monsters is a straight up comedy. Nothing scary in that one. The Mummy with Tom Cruise, it's got some creepy moments, but it's really not. It's just an action movie, so it's got suspense. And then Van Helsing, it's got some creepy moments, but more suspense. It's PG-13, so it's not crazy gore, nothing like that. So check those movies out. All good, all gettable, and have some fun with that this weekend. Now, let's check my card here and see what's coming up next. Gabrielle, what she got for us? She's going to tell us about something going on this weekend, this today, whatever, and maybe have a national day for us right here.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Yay! The weekend, here we come. I hope you guys have fun stuff. Maybe you're going to go to Dutch Hollow Farms like I talked about the other day. I don't know. When's the 22nd? That would be tomorrow. Maybe you're going to go to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So many fun things to do and so not enough time. But hey, try to get to as many things as you can. Participate. Be part of your community. That being said, today is a national day. I am going to let it be a national day because I thought it kind of fits in with the holiday time here. It's National Witch Hazel Day. Witch hazel? Pray tell, what is witch hazel? Well, I don't know, it's a root or something like that that is used in so...
It's a witch from a Donald Duck cartoon.
Oh, there it is. You know, witch hazel. But it is an herb, a plant, something of that's been around forever and ever and ever, and it's used in so many things you would never know it. It's probably used in a lot of things that you use. It's in shampoos, it's in ointments for itchy scratchies, like bug bites. It is in I put it in my dog shampoo. It's good for their hair. It's in food products too. Can't get the word out, but a derivative of it. And it is used in homeopathic things, pharmaceutical things. It's like, the wizard of herbs, plants, whichever one it is. But it is a witch, and it has bewitching properties. Thought that one up all by myself. I think I might have a...
Look, people, it's a witch. Witch hazel from the Donald Duck cartoons. Witch hazel. Don't be some herb or something like that. Come on now.
It is a good one. You gotta click on it and find it and watch it. But anything with the man with no pants is funny and good. So anyway, that's what I got for you today, with the help of my assistant always when he hears I got a weird one on. So everybody have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. And what's next week? Oh, more fun to be had. Yes, indeed. Catch you later.
Very good, very good. Cool. Now let's go back in the bearded past with Zach.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Friday, getting ready to roll into the weekend. Today is October 21st, and we're going to go through some movies that, were released on this day in history, and some that are being released on this day in history. Black Adam is coming out today. It is going to come out. I have no idea what this movie's about. He looks like a sharp superhero type guy. Also, Ticket to Paradise, also going to be released in 2022, and My Policeman is going to be released in 2022. So those are all new movies coming out today. All right, now Boo, a Madea Halloween release in 2016. I do watch some of the Madea movies, did not see this one. Usually pretty comical. I'm sure it's pretty nice. I'm Not Ashamed came out in 2016. The Three Musketeers, not 4, not 5, but the 3, released in 2011. Definitely. Johnny English Reborn. That is the... it's actually a pretty funny movie. Also a classic, man, with Matt Dillon. Rumblefish. Rumblefish was released in 1983. Actually a really, really good flick. You want to go back in the past and watch out a little movie, that one's good. Good Kids, released in 2016. Then we got Speed Racer. Not the cartoon I grew up watching, but some movie. No, it was released in 2008 based off the cartoon in that series. Very good stuff. Also, Mystic Pizza came out in 1988. I don't know what's so... pizza is kind of mystic, I like pizza. And
It is Mystic. So yeah, there we go. And then, last but not least, I'm going to leave it on this one today, even though there's some other movies out there. But we're going to go with The Dead Zone. Stephen King's The Dead Zone, released in 1983. We know that's a horror movie. It's October. It's all scary in October. Even if they're good movies, they're kind of scary. All right, have a good one, guys. Later.
Nice, and that brings that part of the show to a close. Now, what do we got coming up today? It's Friday, Insta Live, Insta Trivia. I bet you there's going to be some questions about some classic monsters on there. Yeah, man. So check it out. We'll see you Instagram, Insta Live, Insta Trivia for the greatest game show somewhere. All right, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you at 1 o'clock. Otherwise, for the morning routine, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Ooh, that one's too nice.